Swadee Karp, welcome to the Think Pink podcast. Actually going to be a bit positive this week. So we're a week and a bit after the fact. We had SA Muay Thai League, and it's the first one I've been to in a long time due to them going back to MTA. So obviously we don't have to worry about a lot of these prehistoric officials and stuff, and we've got a lot of new guys coming through learning how to be officials, so they were all on there getting some more experience. Still a couple of guys who probably shouldn't be judging, but that is what it is at this stage. We still need more numbers, more people getting experience. Watch this space in relation to that. But watching gyms actually try to do Muay Thai was pretty cool and rare as rockin' horse shit here in Adelaide. Seeing there was only a couple of guys from Strong Heart. I had two on. No one from Adelaide Muay Thai, Gorilla, Budo. The other gyms that are Boars, the other gyms that are actually doing Muay Thai, like as you know, when I say Muay Thai, I mean Muay Thai. Their whole focus is Muay Thai. They didn't have anyone on, so I'm kind of excited for the next Valley due to seeing how many people are actually trying to do Muay Thai now. Seeing more, people know I like the thing of the females going under the bottom rope. I think it should be a given as it is part of the culture. And like I've said a million times, if you're willing to wear the tennis racket on your head, you've got to do the rest of it. Like, it's part of the culture. It's not disrespectful. It's nothing to say that women are lesser beings or anything. It's actually to say they're actually more powerful than men, and their magic kills our magic. So, to make for the safety of all of us, which is what the sealing of the ring is about, and the Y Crew and all that sort of stuff is about, magic and safety and making sure that we're protected, then there isn't a reason why we shouldn't all be doing the same thing. And under the bottom rope is how it should be. But there's more gyms doing that, not quite doing it correctly. I've seen things like people wearing Moncons under the bottom rope, big no. You should always go under the bottom rope, then face your teacher and hands in prayer position while the Moncon gets put on your head. Generally there'll be a chant said while the Moncon's being put on as well. Everyone's doing obviously the sealing of the ring. It's in the MTA rules, so you have to at least do something that, but they're starting to have a little bit more style with it as well. More people understanding the bowing to all four sides when you get into the ring. And less people just putting their chin on their chest and swing and ding and looking shit, hey. There was more people calmer, looking nicer style. Still a long way to go for a lot of gyms. But, since we're missing some of the bigger gyms and some of the gyms who have some of the most beautiful styles, I was quite impressed with what the movements SA has been making. I think more and more people are listening to what's being said, and they're realising that the goal is the 1774s and the rebellions. Another big 1774 coming up in about 6 weeks, I believe. 6 weeks away, yeah. 2nd of August. Another huge one with some, lots of news coming out about that in regards to matchups and stuff. I'm trying to get a second person matched on there. But, you've got young lads like young Brandon Bobridge, who he's become a bit of a staple in SA Muay Thai League. I definitely say he's the toughest guy SA has. He's like an old school sort of guy. He not just tough as in, gets hurt and then gets back up. He just stays up and he keeps going, Like, I really like this kid, and I'd like to see his Muay Thai develop a little bit more, like Thai style develop a little bit more. And I think he could, in another few fights, he could probably, start making a bit more of a name, and, potentially he should be going pro pretty soon. maybe, one more win or something. He should be going pro, which adds another pro to the ranks. We've got Ollie, who I'm sharing with, or who John Chaniotis from Adelaide Kickboxing is sharing with me. He's allowing me to take a little bit more charge with matchups and stuff. So we're looking for pro matchups there. Maybe next one will be B class again if it's local. Otherwise, we'll be going pro interstate. And there's so many guys getting towards the the later end of the card on SA Muay Thai League who are getting ready to go pro. They might not be superstar material, but the more people who start getting to go pro, getting some experience, then going pro, they then get that opportunity to chill out and have a first pro fight like the James Shears versus Connor Wright fight on the last Pride, the opening fight. That was a perfect amateur to pro debut. Like first pro debut fight for them both, and it was tidy. We need to see more of that. So we're starting to get the results of having a proper amateur pathway where, less gyms now are doing the wrong thing. The wrong thing is just fighting whatever, whenever. It's not the way to the top. And there's a lot of proof if you're looking at New South Wales and Victoria that the way that does work is doing proper amateur for your period of time until you're ready to go pro. Some people do it for longer than others. Some people only have a couple of amateur fights and they're ready to go. But the difference is it's skilled, experienced trainers knowing how that someone's ready to go pro. Like Jordan recently had that young boy fight at the start of the year on Roots. He'd only had 2 amateur fights, I believe, and man, he did great. He did absolutely fantastic as a pro. So there's absolutely no reason why some people can't have less, but up towards 10. If someone's struggling, get them up to around 10 amateurs before you think about going pro. But it's got to be done. You've got to understand what the difference is. You've got to understand the difference of style. You've got to understand the difference of speed. You've got to understand the difference in consequences between the amateurs and the pros. You can lose a fighter from a bad pro loss. There's no elbow pads. There's no shin guards. It's go for it. There's cuts. There's all the stuff that as spectators everyone loves, but as a fighter it can scare people off. But back to SA Muay Thai League, like seeing some of the gyms changing and starting to realise that, man, the things I've been whinging about for years now, years and years and years, since I first started my rants, when I first came back to Australia, when I started just trolling people and stuff on social media, it's getting a result. And I think the best way to get a result is to call someone out for being shit. And I think I've been doing that pretty well. And now I want to say well done on making some changes and, realising that I was right all along, and everyone's going to benefit if all you guys keep doing what you're doing now. So everyone's improving. There's obviously still going to be the guys who think they don't need to change and all that sort of stuff. But if the masses, I've said it a few times now to a couple of people that Adelaide needs 2 more gyms that do real Muay Thai, that have numbers, and there's going to be a big change. There's going to be a big shift in movement, and it'll be the shift that then makes people realise that, okay, you're either them or us. And I guarantee the us thing, we want you. We want you in our group. But you've got to be doing the right things. You've got to be doing the real Muay Thai. You've got to be showing that you love Muay Thai and then be part of that clique. Be part of the clique that is what's every state has a clique. There's the Muay Thai people and the rest, and it's not hard to get into that clique. And in that clique is where trainers talk about potential matchups between each other. My guy, he's not very good, but your guy's same. Pro debut. You want to make them have their pro debut against each other. Maybe it'd be good for them both. That kind of thing. So, guys, keep making the changes, keep doing the right thing by your students, start teaching them Muay Thai if you're not already, and make them watch real Muay Thai. I'm not talking about one championship crap. Make them watch real Muay Thai so they know what to expect, so they know what to aim for. And I believe the state will continue to grow. It's only been 2 years since we've had a proper amateur scene, and things are finally changing. So, man, give it another 6 to 12 months. You never know. So, guys, keep working on it. Don't be shit. If you've started making the changes, and, you know, as I've said, reach out. If you need my help, I'm there to help everyone. But if you're making the changes, good on you. If you're not, sorry, you're going to get left behind, because Muay Thai is the only thing going now. There's nothing left. Like, if you're a kickboxing gym, man, do your kickboxing by all means. Stick to what you do, 100%. If you've got guys who can cross over, cool. But you've got to do the cultural stuff. You've got to, the masses have to be doing what we're doing. And that's what, then they can have the other, I don't want to call them outsiders, because they're not, but, the guys that aren't the Muay Thai guys, then they then have a place where everyone's doing the same thing. They know exactly what to expect when they get in there. They know how the scoring's going to work. Because that's the thing. If everyone's on the same page, you don't have to be training like everyone else. You can be still doing your kickboxing or your freestyle, whatever it is, and you can make it work. But unless the masses are doing real Muay Thai, it doesn't work for anyone. There's my rant for this week. Positive one for once. Hopefully you got some out of that. And speak to you again next week. Khop khap.